Nice to get in a couple of training sessions in on grass finally.
Grass, yeah. I think the guys like the fresh air and the sun on their backs, and yeah, it's good to get on the grass, definitely.
How good is having this past weekend off been? Obviously, with the start and not wanting to drop another game against Los Angeles, to have that extra week to get guys healthy and just to get more organized.
Yeah, exactly. Hopefully the guys come back uninjured from international duty and all healthy, and then it'll be a nice, good couple of weeks. I think the guys are really looking forward to LA. They've had a bit of time off, and it kind of makes them hungrier, and they've worked hard in the past couple of weeks, so I think they're just really looking forward to the game.
Can you talk a little bit about Ryan, since bringing him in from Charleston, and what you've seen?
Yeah, first of all, he's a really good guy. He's great character, great mentality, can play a number of positions, very versatile, great athlete. So he's just a guy that we feel that there's something there, and we're really looking forward to as he progresses with us, that he'll eventually kind of evolve into something that we're really excited about.
It's kind of an interesting dilemma you have that the team hasn't had in a long time, is selecting the 18 this weekend. Some people are going to be left out. And, it's a tribute to the depth maybe you guys have built here over the last 3-4 months.
Yeah, I think it was. At the start of pre-season, we decided, how are we going to be 100% fit and 100% healthy, and that was our goal. And so, some of the pre-season games that might have looked a wee bit ugly, but it was only because we wanted to be in a situation like this, that we are healthy and that we are fit as well. So it was a long time planning, and it was good. So now it's over to me with the headaches of having all the people to pick from, which is fantastic.
Would you like to see somebody like Ash in a little bit more in international duty to go all that distance and to not come in that much and have to fly all that way back to come in for a game?
Yeah, I mean, obviously I can't say what the coach wants to do in that, but even that, it's a good experience for Ashton to get away and get training and just different professionals, different cultures. The Japan game and the Belarus game, I've played both those teams, and just watching them how they work will be good. It's an education for them. It's kind of going to school in a way for Ashton and Kyle. So the young guys are gaining a lot of experience. Yeah, I'd love to have seen Ashton get some minutes, and for his sake, for his development. But I think just being there will help him as well.
Coach, has your team started to take on an identity?
I'd like to think so, but we're very early on. We're only 3 games in, but I'd like to think that we're a team now that we were going to make it as difficult as possible for opponents, and if we are going to go down, we are going to go down fighting, and I think that's just the basics. It's just the foundation, and what we build on that, hopefully we'll evolve as a team. But right now, as we are, we have to be a team that's extremely difficult to play against, and we'll make it very uncomfortable for teams.
Taking all the international absences into consideration, and Silva and Cesar maybe coming back and being in the mix, is there a chance we might see some changes to the starting 11 this weekend?
Yeah, we'll see. We obviously got to see when if the guys coming back from how they feel from the long flight and all that, and we've still got a few more days of training, but we'll see. We'll just have to see how everybody's kind of copes with it all.
Where's Luis at right now? Is he kind of healthy, and is he a victim of a numbers game right now, having to win his spot back?
Well, yeah, I think the guys who have played the first 3 games, there's not very many of them that haven't done well, have they? They've all really put in some good work, and we could have been 1 win and 2 draws, and then it could have really been easier. That could have been the situation we're in. So I think the guys know that there's competition, and nobody. And as I said to everybody, whether you're the first or the 26, or whether you're 36 or 18, you have to be starting for Toronto by merit, not by reputation, not by anything. So it's good and nice and healthy that we've got a good squad.
Did you like what you saw today then? Because it did seem a lot of competition out there. You had a bloody nose, a bloody knee. The players really seemed to be going after it.
No, I don't like to see blood on the players, but what I do like to see is it's competitive, and guys are going to get stuck in, and those some of those things happen. But what I like is the reaction. You don't make it into a farce. If it's a bit of blood, it never hurts anybody. But we carry on and we play, and we're professional. And we keep working. We don't have any excuses. it doesn't turn into a fight or anything like that. We all have emotional control, if you know what I mean, and we get about our business, and that's what I like to see.
Are you seeing that change? It hasn't been that long, but there does seem to be a change in the culture that way.
Yeah, yes. I mean, that's what we're trying to preach, and it's just the way I work, and it's the way the club works, and we don't like very many divas, and it's just getting about your work, do your business, repetition, and generally, good things start to happen when you continuously do good things well, consistently.
Is Justin Braun fully cleared to
Yes.
be available for Saturday?
Yes,
So
yes, he's been doing great. He missed quite a bit, with the concussion. It wasn't like he could, when he was injured, get on a bike,
Right.
So that was the problem with Justin. He just hasn't had the match fitness or that. So, but he's been back and he's been doing really well.
sorry, go ahead. I want to ask you about Joe Bendick. One of the things you said in the immediate aftermath of the Kansas City game was, goalkeeping was the one position you were so comfortable with. Talk a little bit about Joe clearly, taking advantage of the opportunity that he's been given here with Stefan's injury and playing well.
Exactly. Joe's been since pre-season. He's been fantastic. He has a great presence about him. Doesn't like very many things shake him. He everything he does, the fundamentals of a goalkeeper is extremely good. Same with Stefan. But the great thing about it is, as I said, it's competition, and that's life. This is not a popularity vote. It's we're trying to win football games, and if you prove yourself on the field, then sometimes that's life. The other guy's got to work hard, and if that opportunity arises to take it, the guys have got to take it.
Have you liked what you've seen from Andrew Wiedemann in terms of attitude? He's a guy that hasn't got playing time, but he always seems positive. He's always out there trying. He hit a belter today. Is that the kind of attitude you want to see?
You hit the nail on the head. Weeds has been absolutely fantastic. He has not complained one bit. None of the players have complained. Nowhere near from I've been used to over in England. But he said we were shocking. We used to moan all the time. These guys are brilliant, and Weeds is right there. He never complains. I've put him in several positions. Goes about his business very well, and for me, I think he's improving and getting better and better and better. And as I said, I love the guy. I love him around the locker room, and he's a great example for the younger guys. And I guarantee when he gets his chance, because he trains like this, he'll take it.
It's still early, but looking ahead to the Galaxy game, where do you see that game being won?
Well, it's our first game at this field, and I think all the players know that there's a wee bit of a debt to the fans and a bit debt to the club, and I think everybody's kind of desperate to do well. Now we're playing against the champions. They're the champions for the reason that they are. They're a very, very, very good team. But it's a lovely challenge that I think everybody's really looking forward to, and we know it's going to be a difficult game. But the more difficult, the harder it is, the more fun of a challenge it is. So I think the guys are really looking forward to it.
Have you had any? You're probably not spending much time away from here because you're looking after the club. But have you had any interaction with fans? Have they talked to you, or have you got a sense of? You talked about the debt.
Yeah, of course. I mean, what you saw in Montreal was ridiculous. I don't think there's very many fans in the world would travel that amount of area to of those type of numbers. And I'm not joking. I've been many clubs in England that they don't travel with those type of fans or that type of distances. It was amazing. So the guys are just really, as I said, they're really indebted. There haven't been much success here ever, and yet they still passionately support the team, and they turn up, and they're desperate for the team to do well, and that resonates with not just the players but myself, the coaching staff, everybody that works for Toronto FC.
It's a question you haven't. It's a question you haven't been asked for a while, but is Cooperman's ahead of schedule, right on schedule? The last date we heard was mid-June for his participation in full training. Is that still the timeline? Or?
I think if you asked me the question, you asked Danny the question, I get two different answers. I think he's frothing at the mouth at the moment. So yes, I think Danny's doing extremely well, but we've got to be very careful with him, and we can't expect too much. Would I love Danny to be available to me tomorrow? Oh my God, I think he's an amazing player. Goal scoring record at this club's been ridiculous, but you know, we've got to be a bit patient. Especially with ACLs, and when Danny's ready, we'll welcome him back with open arms.
Back to the point about here on Saturday, you've talked before about the idea of, you need to be tough to play against, but especially tough to play against at home, the whole fortress mentality. How much pressure does that put on you guys for Saturday to get a result?
Well, I mean, what is pressure? I mean, this is professional football. The guys have to handle that type of pressure, whether you're at home and away. If you've got 20-odd thousand fans behind you, some guys use it as a hindrance, some guys use it as a motivation, and we've got to use it as a motivation. Again, I always say that pressure's in the eye of the beholder. But does it put more pressure on us to get a result? No, because I'd love to get a result anywhere, home or away. But we understand that this is our field, this is our town and our city, and we've kind of talked about it, and it's kind of felt that Toronto's been one of the top places that teams would like to come and play. Well, we want to change that a bit. So we'll be working very hard to making it a very tough place to play. Whether we get a result or not is up to the many variables of football. But if LA do get something out of it, they'll have made sure that they've had to work their tails off to get it.